Hello everyone and welcome back to our beautiful town in, well, in Cape Trelawney, as we are going for more and more engineers here. The city is really starting to look like something like a proper city, doesn't it? Now, what we still need is, of course, more paved roads. I'm not going to waste any of my bricks though for that at the moment because, well, we do have quite a lot of new productions on the way as well. Now, my ships are under attack as usual. I'm actually going to send my smaller fleet that I have here in Cape Trelawney down there. Yeah, and also some of you suggested it and I've looked it up, and yes, we are having now a white flag on Star Shadow 2. That clipper here that is in Old Nate's Harbor, there was one available. It's really hard to get it actually. Took me quite a few rerolls, and the flag itself cost me 218,000 credits or something like that. So that's really expensive, but it's going to be worth it because this Star Shadow here is not attackable anymore, right? So it's completely immune, and we can now send it to Warm Waste Prison, so Eli's Island. There we have it. Off it goes, and over there I hope we can find Chef Michel that we can use then for our canneries, and with that we could completely get rid of one of my trade routes there. Well, one of the ships has been destroyed. It's getting a bit more aggressive again, right? So Princess Ching was rather quiet for a period of time, and now she is being annoying again. So let's just get some of my ships over. While that ship is on its way now, and we are building another clipper to replace the trade route that has been disrupted there a bit, let's go ahead and upgrade us a few more people, especially here in the town center, to beautiful engineers. So there we have those guys and those guys perhaps, and perhaps also on that side. Of course, pushing a bit more into the center that we have there. And there we have those workers. Let's get them to artisans. We still have 3,800 workers available that we can upgrade to the next level, and yeah, we do have the materials for that, even though despite everything we don't have enough bricks there really. Let's upgrade those guys there, and there's the, yep, my answer, right? So we're going to destroy these Princess Ching ships here. That's very important. Another thing is, I've noticed that Princess Ching, she's got this big island there, and she's not really defending it. So there is like 2 cannons. I mean, it's a pretty strong cannon here, the harbor artillery, but we will try to get this island here, distant forest, because of the space. It has lots of space that we are going to need for the grape, the vineyards that we're going to have, but also for my steel industry. And it's got a nice little beach down there. And I think that's it. A few oil springs actually down here that we could use. Yep, it's 4. That would be enough, because we don't really have any other oil other than Crown Falls, and the new wall is still a bit tricky there. Very good, so that ship has been sunk. Perhaps we can find something. Another cotton trader is coming in. A bit of sugar, not that we really need it. We could try, yep, to get the cotton here, save it, and get it over to Crown Falls. That might be something. Now, what we have for my brick production, or we do have a lot of clay, right? So we are still getting more clay in than we actually can consume right now with our brick factories. So I would like to go ahead and get me some more of these brick factories. Over there we have 2 of them, and let's ramp this one up to another 2 that we can squeeze just nicely into this corner here. 2 more of them, and they should hopefully work as more bricks, because boy, we're going to need a lot of them in the future. Now, there is something very important that we need. That's 2 things. We need to ramp up a bit our steel production, and we also need to get a new product in now, and that's going to be brass. We're going to need brass for our steam motors, very important for the steam ships, but we're also going to need it for the glasses, another consumption good that, or consumer good, that my engineers especially want. I can already see that my rum is also running out, and there's no clipper really, right? That is getting us the rum. There's another trade route not fully functioning at the moment. Really strange sometimes. Oh, and my clipper has arrived at Eli, right? So there we have now a chance of getting it in peace. We don't need to be afraid anymore of our clipper here being destroyed. I'm not going to reroll too many times though. That was not it. And over here, let's just check what's really going on with my rum. I'm pretty sure that we have enough sugar cane. Yes, we do. We might not have enough wood. We do. Huh. It's a bit strange. What's going on? Newspaper guy, I can't really afford that much, so we are going with the -20 and the +10 and keep the happiness there. That's a bit of influence that's left over for us, right? We are producing right now 31, it's even more than that, it's 33 rum per minute, and in Crown Falls we are consuming 39. All right, so we are not having enough rum at the moment. Reason for that, of course, is also because we get a lot more artisans in with the workers, and I'm going to only continue with that because we need to fulfill that step, right? I need to get those people to artisans, and of course that's going to increase my rum consumption. And at the same time, we're going to upgrade more of these artisans than to engineers in return. So those guys here, for example, and those guys, just because we really need. And probably here too, those guys. Lots and lots of engineers, 9,000 at the moment. They're paying us so nice amounts of taxes. It's just too much worth it, or too worth it. And here a few more workers. What is going on with you? Marketplace. I might actually solve this one by having a paved road to the next market. Oh, the next market? Over there it is. Right, this should actually do the trick. And it does, and we can upgrade it. Perfect.
I've no complaint.
Dauntless, my next clipper is out. Let's put it right on the trade route here where we've lost the ship, Dauntless. And by the way, I cannot, some of you suggested that I cannot put all of my ships with the white flag. It's really, really expensive. That would totally deplete me of any money just to save a few clippers. That's not worth it. It's way better to just protect the trade routes with more warships. This one here brought in a bit more cotton that we're going to need. And let's get this one back to my fleet. He's really trying to be in pain here. I'm going to pay her back though soon. And I want that island, as I said, right? We got the main forces over here right now. There is another island in the New World that I would really like to get. And this is Auspicious Isle, as it's called. This juicy baby here. It has 17 oil fields, it has 4 gold mines, it has the caoutchouc fertility, and it has the pearl fertility for the beaches, and it has space. Oh my goodness, it has a lot of space that we're going to need for coffee and caoutchouc plantations. And yeah, it also has a very nice defense. And in order to crack this defense, either we build more ships or we purchase those shares. Alrighty, and let's actually not fool around here or, yeah, waste some time. Let's take this island there. I think we can take it. It's only 3 major cannons. I think we're going to lose 3 ships, perhaps. That we definitely should process well, I should say, right? And I really want that island, and I want it now, because basically we need those resources. So let's get into the harbor area there. Another big attack in a city builder. I know, but it's just all we need. I can't waste more time purchasing shares all the time when we have the ships available, right? So let's move them in a bit further up here. We had the wind on our side, so that's a bit of a problem there. And let's attack with full force. The first ship is going down quickly and is going down soon, but also these cannons are going down rather quickly. There we lost the first one. Problem with the first one, of course, was that they all focused this one ship here. And I hope that there's no real help coming in. Alright, so the second cannon is coming in. Pretty major attack, really. The next cannon is down. We only have lost 1 ship so far. It's looking good. We're probably going to lose those 2 ships there. This one really needs to go down, though. It's doing a lot of damage to our ships. Perfect. And then it's only the major harbor building there that's destroying this ship now. Ship number 2 is down. Perhaps we can actually live with only 2 ships lost. Cannon tower, this one is down, perfect. And that one's down. There's barely any damage. Oh, okay, I didn't see them, so we are going to lose that one there too. Okay, 3 ships lost. I think that is going to be fine. It's a bit of a stretch here, really. If there's a major force now coming, then we would be in real trouble, but I don't think so. Let's conquer this one. That's a pretty big hit for Princess Ching. We got 30 minutes on this island. Now let's move the harbor area actually to the other side. So over there is a small harbor. This is really just a production island. It's going to be a big production island for us. There's some loot, but that's of course loot from my own ships that we've just lost.
Let the sails fill.
And we might actually get us something here, some sewing machines. There's actually some building materials on Andromeda already. So let's just get to the other side of this island now. And from here, we can then have the trade route going outbound, right? that should be rather easy. We will need to, of course, get around that major island there, but that's it. There is another clipper for sale here that I would like to purchase. We don't have another ship right now in the New World that we could use for transportation. Let's get the clipper over to Tristão for the building materials. And I think since we do have engineers now, yes, I could get the commute pier up and running, right? It would cost me a bit of money there. I think for the first one, we don't have to pay any influence. Seems to be right, but I think for the second one, we will have to pay influence then. So on this island here, we probably will have to pay something. Let's try it out, actually. How much is it? I think it's pretty expensive overall. Oh yeah, 2,500 maintenance cost on the commute pier. That is insane. That would be 5,000 credits we pay from that just for workforce sharing that we certainly don't need that for now. I'm just going to build up a smaller city here, really a small city with jornaleros on them, because we will probably not need more than that, right? For the coffee and for the caoutchouc, and perhaps for the gold deposits that we have. That doesn't match up. My ships are on their way back here, and we do have not that much influence, so in order to protect this island, well, I need to keep my fleet, of course, close by. That's really the only downside for now, but I think it's fine, because we're not going to need those ships for anything else in the near future. Alright, there's my clipper coming in, Wild Swan. Oh, yeah, White Peacock. I forgot about this beautiful legendary animal there. And let's get us some timber. Get us lots of timber actually, and some bricks. And let's get this one over there to Suspicious Island. There's really nothing here in this channel, right, between the two islands that would danger us. There's no big ships or anything. And the next step that we have now is this island here. We could afford it now, so once the cooldown runs off, we are going for this island, just so that we can weaken Bente. That is very important, right? We need to drop her military score there a bit. It's too high at the moment, and she really doesn't want to do anything with us. And Princess Ching is a bit weaker now. Still doesn't want to go to ceasefire. What is going on with you, Princess Ching? There needs to be some diplomacy here, please. It's incredible. They don't want anything to do with us. Alright, there we got lots of crap items. There we have the bricks and the timber.
More than ready.
That's fine. And those ships I'm actually going to keep a bit further outside here, right? They're going to help us there in the process, defending that island, and the rather damaged ship is going to stay here self-repairing itself. It's probably going to be enough. Meanwhile, we continue with a few more upgrades in Crown Falls. There's also a quest that we could do, just something here and there. We got a few more bricks in again that I can use to get more engineers for all the juicy money they have for us. And yes, by the way, we are going, of course, with way more upgrades than soon, once we can afford more on our consumption. I'm going to get a few more engineers in order to, well, in order to reduce my consumption rates of artisan goods, that is the soap, the sausage and the bread. So the more engineers we have, the less those products are being consumed, and that's going to help us out for trading these products on the docklands then. Because that's another thing that we're going to need them pretty soon. This whole area I think needs a university. Yes, nothing that we could really do here. And down here, perhaps a few more workers. Yes, I think that is a good workforce balance right now, because we are still going to need some workers there for additional factories then in the future. Meanwhile, our clipper is arriving at Auspicious Isle. I actually like this name, so we're going to keep it. And I'm going to build us a smaller settlement here once again. This is really just for the workforce. We might also want to upgrade them at some point, perhaps to a browse, if I don't want to afford myself the insane amount of cost that the commute pier has, really. Let's just go ahead and build us a few more. It's really just a worker city, or farmer city, going to be nothing like Tristão, right? Our big capital. Let's just see that we can squeeze in a few here. We are, by the way, negative right now on the balance. I totally see that. And that is because the rum probably is out. And that's definitely a huge problem that I need to tackle there soon. But this one here is another problem that I need to tackle rather quickly as well, because we need the caoutchouc for the bicycles. With that, we will get another huge income boost for the engineers. I think it's a bigger impact than the rum. So that's definitely something. Let's get them to grow up there a bit. Now let's have a look at our rum production. Now we have our distilleries here. We are sitting at what now? 39. It's not even at full capacity. I think, oh yeah, first of all, we should upgrade those warehouses there to the higher levels. We can't afford that. It's just absolutely necessary because they're completely overwhelmed. And this fella there, probably. Perfect. They have the logs. And the sugarcane. Sugarcane is full. Logs is going down there a bit. I think we had a bit of a ride there with our lumberjack huts, but they're working again. And just to play it safe, let's actually also get us another lumberjack hut up here. That will supply us with even more logs that we're going to need for all of them. And yes, space-wise, it is a bit of a problem here now, right? I can squeeze in a few more here. But I would need to get rid of this one. Or we move this one a bit further over there. That should work out. Ah, come on. Sometimes it just doesn't want to. And then we can squeeze in a few more in this spot here, really. With, of course, their own warehouse. And this one is going to supply a few more than here. I think we can squeeze in a few more here then. Let's actually squeeze in one more here. We need it. We need all the rum in the world. Now, I do have 5 clippers on this trade route right now. I think this might not be enough. Clippers are really not that efficient when it comes to trading. Meanwhile, in the Auspicious Isle, we need to continue there with a bit of construction. Oh, so much gold here. We have 3 gold deposits right next to each other. Just going to have me a warehouse here to remind me of the precious stuff that we have there. And Auspicious Isle has reached town level. Perfect. They should probably get a chapel. Chapels are really important for happiness. Let's actually have it as central as possible. Right here. So that it works in all the directions, and then we can continue with a few more. Happy people work overtime more often. So we can use them. We can choose everything out of them if we want to. Auspicious Isle is growing with 350 honorars. We're just going to wait here now a bit, and then we start with our first productions on this island. Let's get back. Wait a second. First of all, let's get back to Eli. Can we reroll again? We could reroll a bit. Just a tiny bit, really. I don't want to waste too much money. No Chef Michel. It's really incredible how rare it is. Alright, let's get back to Crown Falls. And yep, there's the rum out, and the fur coats are out now too, right? So these 2 major products here. We have the cotton fabric. Do we not have the hunting then? The fur? We have fur. Is it not enough factories that we have here? -1. We don't have enough factories, really. I'm going to squeeze in 4 more in this corner here. We should also upgrade our warehouses with that. And we might also consider then changing their... Oh no, that is pretty harsh. I'm not doing that at all. One thing that I can also see interest now is that we are coming close to the cap of rum again. So I still don't have enough ships for that. We have purchased the Wild Swan here. So the Wild Swan is going to be added now to the rum trade route as well. It's just insane, the volume of stuff that we need to transport on these routes. And yeah, another clipper is just absolutely needed. We need to keep the balance up there because look at that. If the rum comes in, we are at 23k sitting. And that is a really comfortable income there that we can use to push our balance there in total. All the rum here is working fine. This one here, oh, this one doesn't have a connection that we should look out for. And there is another smaller attack, nothing big though. Perfect, looking fine so far. I haven't forgotten about this island here, very important. We will need to take this one. And oh, those bricks, it's insane. I would like to build a few more things, upgrade a few more buildings. We just don't have enough bricks. I have so many brick factories at this point, and it's just insane how slow their production really is. There we have another farmer that we can upgrade. A lot of smaller things that we need to look out for here right now. But it's going to be paying off long-term wise. Especially here, my downtown district. There we got a few more. Perfect. And perhaps also here, those people there too. Artisans. More and more of them everywhere. Now, another very cool thing that we can do now is the takeover here on Honest Bro, this island from Bente. I'm going to move some of my ships over because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some nice loot over there. I think 2 royal galleons will do the trick though. The rest will stay here. Let's just take those, move them a bit closer. And then, yes, well, lots of cannons here, and we will never have to fight them. It does cost me 670,000 credits. That's a lot. But two things are happening with that. Bente is going to drop a military score, and also we're getting a lot of influence back because there's 50 influence right now bundled up here. So let's just take this one over now. And as we can see, we're popping up to 40 influence again. Yeah, money's down, but also this one is completely gone. And she's crushed, of course. And Bente should be moving down there for 400 to 335. It's probably still not enough. Nope, it's still not enough. The difference is just there yet. It's really hard to get with even with those AI. And let's just see what we got in here. Unfortunately, very bad loot. Very bad loot. It's not really worth doing anything here, right? So let's actually get my ships out there again. That's not going to be worth it. I'm going to keep this island for now. We could give it up and get us some influence back there still. But with 40 influence, I'm feeling rather good right now. With that, what we can do is, yes, we can build us a few more battleships again. Heavy warships there. Let's get this one and let's get this one. 2 more coming out to start building something bigger up here in Cape Trelawney as well. To conquer distant forest, which would be my goal. I really like that they're so passive right now, probably because that there are some problems here in the old world. I mean, they have the ships, right? They have the ship power, but they're just not focusing on my parts of the world right now. Thank you for that. Let's have a look at that. No Chef Michel so far. Well, we can't be lucky everywhere, I guess. But for now, so good. A nice expansion there we had now. And yeah, we continue onwards from here. Stay tuned.